this is Witch, and you can call me Daisy. So today I thought we'd change a bit from kitchen witchcraft, and I decided to tackle into self-care. So in case you don't know, there's a few books about self-care and witchcraft. Notoriously, the Witch's Book of Self-Care by Erin Murphy Hiscock. Yeah, great book, check it out. So what does self-care have to do with witchcraft? A lot of things. So much things. You can't take care of others, of your belongings, if you don't take care of yourself. Like, how can I say that? Witchcraft is all about intention and putting your intention into the world, into the universe to manifest it. And that's all that self-care is. Putting intention into taking care of yourself so that you can brighten up and feel better. Like a money spell, you put your intention to attract money. Self-care spell, you put the intention to attract self-care, love, overall well-being, and that has everything to belong with witchcraft. So that's what we're gonna do today. I prepared a few things that I need to do personally, or that I want to do. So I'm gonna take you with me, and I'm gonna talk about the different ways a witch can take care of herself. So the first thing I'm gonna do is a rinsing spray for my hair, and for that I'm gonna use a vinegar that I prepared. So this is a dandelion vinegar that I made myself. Really, it's just a bunch of dandelions that I harvested and cleaned, and that I threw into a positive vinegar. And that's what we're gonna use today. This is a pretty huge bowl. When I ordered it, I didn't think it would be so big, but it'll work. Okay, so since this is a liter, I'm gonna use 140 milliliters of vinegar. And for that, I will need a spoon and a mixing bowl, which I didn't prepare because I never prepare anything. No, not the mixing bowl, measuring cup. That's it, that's a word. So this vinegar I prepared on 20th of April of this year. So by now it should be pretty good. And I'm gonna use a towel to filter the flowers in the cup. Okay, now I'm ready. Okay, so what does self-care mean to me? Well, it means a lot of things. You know, it can be anything that belongs into taking care of yourself. It can go from brushing your teeth to taking a whole long, beautiful, with love flowers bath with, you know, those fancy bath oils and all that. Could be treating yourself to shopping therapy or retail therapy. It could be eating your favorite meal just because you want to eat it. Really, it's about anything that makes you happy, that makes you feel good. And it doesn't have to be anything like spa related. You don't have to go to the salon, get your hair done. That's not the only thing about self-care. And it's not only like physical. Self-care is also about taking care of your mental. Because, you know, well-being is a whole thing. I would have been faster just pouring it. Let's be honest. Why is it important for a witch to take care of herself? Well, As I said before, intention is key. And in spell work, you need to be sure of yourself. You need to know what you're doing. I mean, of course, you need to know what you're doing in witchcraft, but like, if you're doubting yourself, your spell is not gonna be effective. Your doubts are gonna linger on your spell too. And doubt, although it is a very healthy behavior, you want to doubt yourself, you don't want to over-doubt. There's a balance in everything, and it goes with that too. So like, let's say you're making a spell, whatever it is. Let's say the money attraction spell example again. Once I'm done with that. Okay. So, you're trying to attract money. So you're making a spell, but when you do it, you're unsure of yourself. You doubt, you tell yourself that you're not worthy of receiving that money anyways. If you do that, if you think that, you're not gonna manifest anything. The only thing you're gonna manifest is your doubt. It's your inability to get that thing you're trying to manifest. What a healthy doubt is you're making a spell, you're preparing a spell, and you're wondering whether this step or this ingredient belongs in the spell. Or you're wondering if this spell is what you need at this right moment. This is healthy doubt. It helps you improve your practice, it makes you reflect on it and reflect on what you're doing. You want to reflect, but you don't want to put obstacles. Witchcraft is about removing the obstacles, or maybe not removing, but helping to overcome them. And you cannot overcome obstacles that you put on yourself. Okay, so now for this vinegar, we're gonna fill the rest of the bottle with water. So basically what I did is that I used 1 quart of vinegar for 7 parts of water. Now, I'm pretty sure physical self-care is already well known to you. Like you know what you have to do to take care of your skin, for example. You know that you have to brush your teeth. Maybe you don't do it every day, it's okay. But you know how to take care of your body. Mostly because we are told all our lives to take care of our body in certain ways. But what is mental health self-care? Well, it's about being patient with yourself. It's about trying. It's about learning your patterns and overcoming them. So, for example, you know that when you are stressed, you have a certain way of behaving, and that way of behaving creates a circle, a vicious circle, and you start creating more stress on yourself. Well, mental self-care is all about acknowledging those patterns, acknowledging your feelings, and trying to work with them rather than against them. So you are sad. Yes, that's a feeling, that's very valid. You're allowed to be sad. Not everything in the world has to be perfect and beautiful and sunny every day. And you don't always have to identify why you're feeling that way. But it's always good to reflect on it. Ask yourself, why am I feeling like that? What triggered that feeling? Does it come from the trigger? Does it come from something else that was already there? What can I do to appease that feeling? And what can I do to avoid it in the future? Those are all the things you can do to take care of yourself mentally. And it's not just that. There's a whole spectrum of treatments, of reflections and deeds you can do on yourself. The key about mental self-care and also body self-care is patience. So the vinegar is done. I'm gonna shake it a bit and let it sit on the side. I added filtered water because it's always better than tap water. Another way to take care of yourself, for example, is to make a cup of tea. You just make your cup of tea, but you make it with the intention to enjoy it and to treat yourself with this cup of tea. You don't just drink tea to hydrate yourself. You do it to be pleased by the flavor of the tea, to feel its warmth expanding to you, if that makes sense. A big thing about self-care and witchcraft is shadow work. It's hard, I'm not gonna lie. It's never easy, but it's so worth it, it's so rewarding. I'm gonna try to open that thing. And shadow work is all about what I just said. You know, acknowledging your patterns, acknowledging your feelings, trying to understand why they are here. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a roll-on. I'm not sure it's called a roll-on in English, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. So, for this roll-on, I'm gonna make it for acne, so I'm gonna use a pomegranate oil for skin with some essential oils. The recipe I'm using comes from this book, from the same brand as the oil, so I know what I'm doing, I kind of know it's safe. So I'm gonna put 1 drop of each essential oil, and then I'm gonna fill it with the pomegranate oil. Okay. So when you, if you do that, I'm using lavender, lemon, like sun-safe lemon, tea tree, and peppermint. And as I use them, I can enchant them and use them with their magical properties. I didn't do my research, so I don't know about tea tree, but I know the properties of the other 3, which is peppermint, lemon, and lavender. And what I'm gonna use them for is lavender to appease and relax, lemon lemon and tea tree to disinfect, I don't know how you say it, basically to cleanse, and mint to re-energize with the lemon, and the pomegranate oil, well, it's pomegranate. I know pomegranates are usually used for aging and stuff like that, but it's not the only use you can make out of them. They're actually pretty good for all kinds of skin. Well, maybe not all kinds, but they're pretty good for acne skin because they contain antioxidants and other stuff like that. But it's a bit long. Okay. One thing that is important about self-care is the way you do it, the way you take care of yourself, doesn't have to be the way others do it. Because it's your body, it's your It's your brain, your patterns, your issues or non-issues, and you can't be the same as others. So things that will work for them won't obviously work for you, and it's okay. Everyone is different. So for example, this oil might work for me, but might cause you more problems than it will reduce. That makes sense? Or like someone might enjoy having face masks while someone else might not. And so for the first person who enjoys it, it's gonna be beneficial. It's gonna make them happy. It's gonna make them feel good and taken care of. You know, it's gonna be part of their self-care routine as like an important step, something that they have not have to do, but that they know will help them. Whereas the second person won't enjoy it at all. So like they won't see why they should add it to their routine if it doesn't help them. And it's okay. Everyone is different. What works for you won't work for others. And what works for others won't work for you. And that's how it works. That's how life is. And that also is an important thing in self-care to acknowledge. You're not the others. You are yourself, and you cannot expect from yourself to react and behave like others. Like something that will hurt you won't hurt others, and something that hurts others won't hurt you. I may be repeating myself, but that's something really important to acknowledge. Because in self-care there's self. And self is inherently different from other. So you cannot be the same as others if you're trying to treat yourself. What you need to do is to find what works for you, what makes you feel better, what shows improvement. So let's say you're trying, this thing when you have an elastic here, or band, and like when you do a behavior that you're trying to avoid, you pull on it and you make it so it hurts yourself. And you're trying that, and each time you do it, you're gonna pull and you're gonna hurt yourself. It doesn't work like that. Maybe it works for some, but it only will replace a behavior you're trying to avoid with another behavior you might want to avoid later. And it's hurting yourself. That's not how you improve. You do not improve by hurting yourself. You do not become better by telling yourself that you're bad. You become better by telling yourself that it's okay. That's how you are now, but that's not how you want to be. And now you're gonna work on becoming who you want to be. It's hard. It takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of acceptance. Meh. I'm losing my voice today, as though it's like 8 AM. But the lighting is so nice. Anyways, using negative patterns to replace already negative patterns is never helpful. Never. It digs you deeper into this pit of negativity, of you're not enough, and you're already enough. You're more than enough, you're amazing. What you need to do is to acknowledge that it's okay to be who you are now, if you don't want to be that person, and acknowledge the fact that it's only you who can change it. And it's up to you how you want to change it. But changing it with bad thoughts and patterns, it won't help. It will just dig you deeper. However, let's say you have social anxiety, and you're feeling bad when you're with others. You don't know how to react. You're scared of them not liking you, And what you're gonna tell yourself in bad patterns, bad thoughts is I'm not enough. And they can't love me, they won't love me. I need to do more to be love worthy. That's bad. You are love worthy. You're so amazing. And if they don't realize it, if the people you're with don't know that you're amazing and that you deserve all the love in the world, either they're stupid and you need to leave them, or you're really, really in a bad state and you need to work on yourself. Because you can be anyone you want, but you have to put in the efforts to be. So you have social anxiety, you're telling yourself you're not worth it. Well, instead of doing that, instead of doing yourself you need to be better, to be more, tell yourself that it's okay. You are who you are. You are worthy as you are. If you want to be better, if you want to overcome this anxiety, you're going to make the effort to go and try to talk with someone. You're going to make the effort to try and smile more, maybe. Maybe if your anxiety makes you look grumpy. But that's things that you want to do for yourself. You want to do them to prove yourself that you can be as strong and as outgoing as anyone, because you can, even if it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. It's really not. But telling yourself that you're not worthy, it's not the easy way either. I mean, yeah, sure, not moving, telling yourself others don't love you anyways, it's easy in a way that you don't have to make the efforts to go try and talk. But it's not easy in the way that it makes you feel bad. It makes you real bad. It's not good for you, it's not healthy. And I'm pretty sure others won't think like that either. They won't think that you're not worthy. It takes time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm repeating myself again. It takes a lot of time to get better with yourself, to have better conversations with yourself, to love yourself. It's so damn hard. But it's worth it. And you are worth it. Others love you already. Why wouldn't you? Now, don't listen to society. Whatever they tell you, whatever people tell you you should do to be better, except if it comes from a therapist, it's a different matter. But whatever society tells you you need to do to be better, to feel better, don't listen. Do what makes you actually feel better. If society tells you that to be better, you need to dress that way, you need to do a face mask every week, you need to force yourself to go out with people you don't enjoy going out with, it's not overcoming anything. It's not getting better with yourself. It's not overcoming your social anxiety to go hang out with people you don't like because they're cool and because that's what society tells you to hang out with. That's not how it works. Hang out with people you enjoy hanging out with and who actually enjoys hanging out with you too. Do little steps, little things that make you happy. For example, something that helped me overcome a lot of things and depression too is yoga. It's a way of meditation, it's a way of communing with your body and with your mind at the same time. And taking care of your body helps taking care of your mind if you do it in productive ways. And to me, yoga helped me to learn about patience and patience with myself, because it takes time to build up strength, to build up stretchiness. Anything in yoga takes time, and it's learning about taking that time to feel your body, to feel how certain poses make you feel, what it triggers in your body, and what it triggers in your mind. And as in witchcraft, it's actually really helpful, actually for me, It helps me balance out my energies. It helps me put myself into meditative mode. So like after my yoga session, I will do a meditation session, and it's really good. It helps me ground too. Like for example, an exercise I do during my yoga is that approximately in the middle of the session, I do the tree pose. And during this pose, I imagine my arms reaching out above my head as to be branches. And those branches reach out to the universe to exchange energy with the universe. So as I breathe out, I'm gonna expel the old and negative energy from my body and from my mind. And as I breathe in, I'm gonna take the energy from the universe, the positive, new, productive energy. And this is a way of cleansing and a way of balancing out energies. And how I see it is not just I put out this bad energy, it's gone, and then I take the good. How I see it is an exchange. You know about the chemical law, nothing is lost, nothing is created, all is transformed. I apply it to my practice. So no energy is ever destroyed or created. It's transformed. So when I pull out the negative and the old energies, I put them out for recycling. So the universe will recycle, clean them, and put it out there again. And I'm gonna use it again when I need it. And I think that's the way it should be with pretty much everything. And it's important in self-care too to acknowledge that fact. Like you won't destroy the old you. You won't be a totally new person. You're still yourself. And you're yourself because of what happened in your past, of what is happening now. To be who you want to be next, who you want to be tomorrow, you need to release who you were, but use it in order to build what you want to be. So, as you said, your old self is the foundation for your new self. You will keep what you like about it, you will try to change what you don't, but you won't destroy anything, you will transform. So, let's think about it as your handwriting. You don't like it. You find it sketchy or you don't know, but you don't like it. You're not gonna destroy it. You're gonna play with it, you're gonna experiment until you made it into something new. It's something new because it changed. It's not something new because you destroyed it and built something other with other things. You use the old as the base for the new. Yes, self-care is about acknowledging yourself and listening to yourself. If your body tells you to stop, you stop. You don't push, because it's gonna hurt, and you're gonna need more time to come back later, to heal. So let's say you're doing an exercise, and society tells you no pain, no gain. Sure. So you're gonna push through the pain, and you're gonna hurt yourself. And once you've hurt yourself, you're gonna have to wait a long time before you can exercise again. And then you're gonna force yourself, because no pain, no gain. And it's just gonna be a long process of hurting yourself. Now, if you don't push, it's gonna be longer. You're gonna need so much more time to be strength in your exercise, to do it properly, to do it for more time. Sure, but you won't hurt. You won't get injured. You'll just take more time to do it. That's okay. You have your whole life to do it. What matters is that today you're listening. Your body tells you a lot of things all the time. Listen to it. And your mind too. You know, when you're doing something and you have bad thoughts, and you're like, I don't like that. I don't like how I feel when I do this, when I'm in this situation. Don't change yourself for that. Don't try to tell yourself that you're ungrateful or stuff like that. Listen to yourself. Wonder, why do I feel like it? What is making me feel like this situation is bad? And once you've tried that, once you've identified why you feel like it, why you feel like that, why your body hurts at this place, why it hurts when you eat something, that's just an example. There's a lot more things that hurt. Well, once you've identified that, you can work around it. So you can tell yourself, okay, this thing in this situation makes me uncomfortable. What can I do to remove this thing or to make me more comfortable? And usually it's pretty easy. I'm gonna drink. And if you can't change anything about the situation or about yourself to be more comfortable, then you probably shouldn't be in this situation. And taking care of yourself is also acknowledging that not all situations are good, not all situations you have to be through, and you're allowed to take time for yourself to get out if you need to. And it's okay, it's taking care of yourself. You won't hurt yourself through hurt or harm or uncomfort just because, well, because what? Because it's a family reunion and it's important to be with your family? Well, yes, it is. But if your family is harmful, get out of there. If they're saying stuff you're not liking, well, tell them you're not liking it. Get out of there. If you're just not okay, like you don't feel okay and you don't know why, it's okay. You have all the rights to feel like that, even if you don't know why, and you have all the rights to isolate you for that. If you need time, take the time. And it's so important to know when to step back and when to step in. And it will improve everything in your life. It will improve your mood. It will improve how you react with others, how you interact. Because you will know your boundaries. And once you know your boundaries, you can express them. You can tell people, okay, this is too far. I'm not willing to go that far. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. Step back. And just acknowledge yourself. Let yourself be acknowledged. People can't know if you're not feeling good if you don't do it, if you don't tell them. They can't guess how you're feeling, what you're thinking. You need to tell them, and it's important too. If you need help, reach out for help. If you don't trust the people around you, there are places where you can go, where you can call to get help. There are communities online for people who have the same issues as you, the same insecurities. There are so much resources. If you can, talk to your parents, to your friends, to your siblings, to whoever you feel close to. Talk to your teachers. If you feel close to them, if you feel you can trust them, talk to them. If you need a therapist, go see a therapist. If you need meds, take your meds. It's so important. There's no shame in needing a therapist or taking meds or reaching out for help. No, quite the contrary. It needs so much strength to be able to go against the shame society puts you into for not being well, for not being normal. You're so amazing. You deserve everything. You deserve to be better, to be good, to be healthy. And you deserve to go through all those steps that need to be done to achieve that goal, to achieve a better you, a you that is happy, a you that is comfortable, and a you that loves yourself. I've got one last thing to say. I didn't include spells in this video, and the reason for it is that I don't know yet what I need to work on in my self-care. Like, I sure do need to take care of myself. I need to be more patient. I need to be more open. And I certainly need to dive into shadow work. But I didn't want to include a spell just to include a spell. Before doing a spell, you need to identify what you want your spell to work on. You need to know what you need in order to manifest it. And that's why I mostly talked about identifying, acknowledging, and being patient with yourself. Because if you want to work on yourself, if you want to manifest new things into yourself, well, first you need to know what you need to manifest, what you need to work on, what are your flaws, and what are your talents. It's not exactly the same word, but I can't find the contrary of flaws right now. Your qualities, that's it. You need to know your flaws and your qualities, and you need to know what qualities you want to improve, what qualities you want to develop, and stuff like that. And since self-care is so different for everyone, I don't make a spell for self-care and like give it to you, like this is my recipe. It could work, it can give you inspiration, but in the end, it's your craft. It's yourself, your body, your mind, your needs, your ambitions too. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. Finish my cup. Because it's cold now. And I'll see you next week, I guess. Okay. Thank you for watching and listening mostly. Thank you for your support so far. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Give it a like if you want, give it subscribe if you want, comment. That's always nice to see the comments I get. Yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Oh, and take care of yourself. Yeah, take care of yourself. Pew pew!